Order and call on Councilor Broughton to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Councilor Brown.
Here.
Councilor Weaver.
Here.
Councilor Broughton.
Here.
Councilor Watson. Councilor Barton.
Here.
We have quorum to do business.
Approval of the April 22nd, 2019 minutes.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve April 22nd, 2019 minutes.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Broughton, second by Councilor Barton to approve the minutes of the April 22nd council meeting. Is there any discussion? Is there any changes to be made? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Broughton?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries and the minutes are approved.
I'd like to welcome our visitors here today. And our new Brewton Standard reporter today was in our meeting. So it was good to meet you. And a new business, this is National Police Week. And I'm going to read a proclamation and ask some of our officers to come forward to accept the proclamation. Proclamation in recognition of National Police Week and National Peace Officers Memorial Day, whereas President John F. Kennedy in 1962 proclaimed May 15th as National Police Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which it falls as National Police Week, and whereas the members of the law enforcement community of the city play an invaluable role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of our community, and whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the challenges, responsibilities, and sacrifice officers make as public servants, that officers embrace their duty to serve the people by protecting life and property, protecting against violence and disorder, and protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression. And whereas our police department has grown to be a modern and scientific law enforcement agency which unceasingly provides a vital public service resulting in a crime rate well below others in the region, now therefore the mayor and council of the City of Brewton do hereby proclaim that May 13th through May 19th, 2019 be recognized as National Police Week, and our officers past and present be honored for their faithful devotion to our community. Proclaimed this 13th day of May 2019. Young Clovis Mayor. I'm going to ask the council to join me. If I would come forward, I'm going to ask the council to come down. Please, as best we can, make it chief to sort of be in the middle. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, shoot, mate, when you get back. All right, good to see you, man. Next item is approval of the accounts payable for April 2019.
Mayor, approve accounts payable, April 2019.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Broughton and second by Counselor Barton to approve the accounts payable for April of 2019. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries and the accounts payable are approved.
I call on the clerk about a date change
Okay.
for the next meeting.
Mayor, the council meetings are set for the second and fourth Mondays of each month. This next fourth Monday will be the 27th, which is Memorial Day. So this would be requesting a change or consider a change to the 28th on Tuesday, the following day.
Okay, so we need a motion. You got the wrong resolution up.
Oh, we do? Yeah. Okay.
Motion for resolution, to approve resolution on 19-0513.
Motion to approve the change for -19-00513 from the 27th to the 28th.
Motion by Counselor, who made the first motion?
Bart.
You made the first. I thought you made the second. Okay. I didn't hear who made the second. I got them mixed up. You
Broughton.
did. Okay. Motion by Counselor Barton, second by Counselor Broughton to approve resolution number 19-0513. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to change the date of the next meeting from the 27th to the 28th of May is approved.
I think everybody's aware we've got a major street project going on Sowell Road, and Councilman Broughton and I met last week with Representative of Alabama Power concerning changing all the street lights on that street.
You can go ahead, but now that's not the next resolution.
I'm sorry, did I go past one?
The next one is the Alabama Power lighting.
That's where we are.
That's what I thought I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about the Sowell Road
Well, that's
supplemental.
what the lights are gonna be though. I'll get to it.
Okay, okay.
And so we met with Alabama Power about the lights on Sowell Road, and had a long discussion, looked at the products that they had, and we're gonna change that lighting on Sowell Road and on McClellan, which will be a street going back to Highway 31, to LED lighting. At the same time, not in this resolution, but at the same time, we're having them finish the study from Zion Hill Church all the way down to the end of Sowell Road, to where it intersects with 31, on both sides of the track, to change those lights to LED lights, and we'll present that to the council once we get that back. But this is resolution number 19-0513-1.
Mayor, I'd like to approve resolution 19-0513-1.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Broughton, second by Counselor Weaver to approve resolution number 19-0513-1. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to approve the street lighting is approved.
Next item is a donation of a lot at the corner of Wilson Street and Douglas Avenue by Dobbins Builders, Inc., where the city will be installing a rectifier, I believe is what they call it. That's resolution 19-0513-2.
Motion to approve Resolution 19-0513-2.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Brown, second by Counselor Barton to approve resolution number 19-0513-2. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to accept the donation from Dobbins Builders for the real estate at Wilson and Highway 31 is approved.
Next item is again on the Sowell Road project. It's a resolution with an agreement with the Alabama Department of Transportation. When we started that project, we did not know that there was an undiscovered pipeline that actually ran underneath the wall of Baptist Hill Cemetery. And so this is installing drains on both sides of, storm drains on both sides of Sowell Road, and replacing that storm drain, which we don't know how old that was, but it was several different sizes of pipe sort of put together and was clogged up anyway. So that adds approximately another $200,000 to this job. But that is resolution number 19-0513-3.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 19-0513-3.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Weaver, second by Counselor Broughton to approve resolution number 19-0513-3. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to approve the supplemental agreement to the existing agreement with ALDOT is approved.
Sometimes you need to go to the horse's mouth when you're trying to give the history of something in Brewton. And I was at Reverend H.K. Matthews, well, I guess you'd say former church. He now is retired and only does speaking engagements every week instead of preaching. And we got to talking about the city funds a program that Miss Barton's husband had brought to the city, and Miss Barton made sure we included it in the project in our budget this year. Caring Hearts, where the city gives food out to the poor and needy. And so I'm going to ask Reverend Matthews to come forward, if he will, and give a short history of how we got involved, or how he got involved with Caring Hearts, and who Caring Hearts, what that organization is. And I think it's good for the city to know about some history.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Yeah, I get nervous when I get in front of a crowd.
But the police have already left.
I don't, to give you, I guess, some background into clear-up some misconceptions on the food trucks coming to Brewton. Mrs. Fanny Finkley, who is the founder and CEO of Pensacola Caring Hearts, is a dear friend of mine dating back to 1975 when I was released from the state penitentiary in 1975. She gave me my first appreciation after I got out of the penitentiary in 1975, and of course, we were friends before that. It just so happened 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, I don't know exactly when, she had a food truck that came to the church down in Century. She invited me to come down and be a part of the distribution, not to help, not to work, but just to be a part of what was going on. So I went down, and she asked me about the possibility of bringing a food truck to Brewton. And of course, I agreed. And the first two food trucks that came to Brewton, of course, I brought the first one here, I brought the second one here, I brought the third one here, that I paid for out of my pocket, basically, except for the third one. In the interim, in the process of the trucks coming to Brewton, my wife mentioned the fact, because we were just wondering, that would be the first venture here, and we were wondering how we were going to get the word out about the trucks coming, because that wasn't a problem going to the churches. But she suggested to me, and I think she did the calling, that we call Mr. Fred Barton, because she said, well, you know, he's got grandchildren, and maybe he might want to be involved in this project. So I think she called Mr. Barton and told him about the truck coming to Brewton, about me bringing the truck to Brewton. And he said, oh, he was real happy about it. And he told people, without fear of reservation, or contradiction rather, he told people if it hadn't been for Miss Bobby, I never would have known about the truck. So the first 3 trucks were brought, and then we started, the city picked it up from that point and provided funds to bring other trucks in. And I want to express my appreciation to the mayor and to the council for a continuation of those food trucks, because they have certainly been helpful to this community. A lot of people don't realize that hunger runs rampant in the city of Brewton. Homelessness runs rampant in the city of Brewton. And thank God for Pensacola Caring Hearts. And of course, I thank God for Mr. and Mrs. Barton, who, after coming in after the 3rd truck, of being so supportive of the Pensacola Caring Hearts. That's about all I need to say about that, because we really do appreciate the contributions that we've received.
I'd also like to say that if my wife brought me a magazine not too long ago, and on the cover of the magazine was Reverend Matthews. And not that I was surprised, I've seen numerous articles, his book on Reverend Matthews, but when I started reading the article, it told about the real Reverend Matthews and his early childhood and teenage years, and he wasn't always Reverend Matthews. He had, but so if you get an opportunity and you see that magazine, it's well worth buying and reading. It's
Mr. Mayor, he who tooteth not his own goeth untooted. So I did bring copies of the magazine for each member. I always heard, because Miss Baggett covered me years ago in the Mobile Press Register. I've got articles hanging on my walls now that she did when she was with the Press Register. So I do have copies of the magazine for each member of the council. If you have a garden, you might consider putting it out there. If not, if you got rodents in the house, put it up there somewhere. But if you don't want to read it, I'm going to give it to you anyway. Right. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Mayor, I'd like to say concerning the Pensacola Caring Hearts, they meet every month, the first Wednesday of each month in Pensacola. And my husband and I, we joined over almost 3 years ago. And there's a fee involved in that, and it's a nonprofit organization.
Oh, and they serve numerous towns now.
Yes.
I've gotten a chance to meet them and know them, and they're fine people. They really
Yeah,
are.
we go from Pensacola, Milton, Century, and naturally Brewton. And it's a joy to give back to the people, to serve.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, well, let's be sure to get our magazines today, and meeting's adjourned.
Amen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, oh, you got them.